What is up, guys? It is another beautiful day here in Florida with the 2016 Mustang GT, and today we are going to do the video that I have been promising to you guys. Sorry, I'm holding the camera a little weird. I'm holding it in my hand so I can get in here and show you guys the manual car setup. So the first two pedals are just like any other car. You've got your gas and your brake and then your clutch pedal. So when I say we've got to clutch, that's the one we have to push in. This is going to be the video where I teach you guys to drive a manual. Give me a moment to get you guys situated in your holder. Alright, so for a lot of this video, you're just going to be looking at the shifter, but I mean, the shifter tells you, in a sense, how to do it. You have your reverse. To reverse, you have to pull this little ring up on Mustang GTs. I don't know about Camaros or anything like that, but you have to pull this ring up and then go as far over as you can go, and you will go into reverse. Your middle is neutral. Anytime you're in neutral, you need to have your park brake on. That way the car does not roll. And everything else is just, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it's all pretty straightforward, but we're going to do some driving, and I'm going to go over the basics and the novice level stuff with you. We're going to go ahead and crank the car. So with the way I was taught, we went to a parking lot where there was a hill, and we just kind of did that. So that would be my advice to you guys. Find somewhere where there's a small hill or a big hill, and if you can drive a manual up that hill and keep it from rolling backwards, you can do it. First gear is the hardest gear to do. I still have some minor issues with it. I'm trying to get it down and everything, but it's the hardest one to do. I've got it fairly decently. Later, once I learn to launch and do performance shifts and heel toe and all of that, I will do a video on that stuff. This is just novice level shifting for you guys. So we're going to put it in first because we can't back up anymore. So when you go, every time you go into gear, you have to push your clutch all the way in. So we're going to push our clutch all the way in, and then push the shifter as far to the left as you can and up, and you will be in first gear. Now we're going to disengage our brake. The way to know when to start giving it gas, because when I first started, I was hopping it and killing it a whole lot. And I'll try not to talk through it so you can hear it, but you'll hear, as you start to let out the clutch, you'll hear the engine change its note just for a minute. And that means the clutch is starting to engage and you need to start giving it a little bit of gas. So I'm going to do it right now. So I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but the engine got a little quieter, and that lets me know that I need to start giving it a little bit of gas. It's ready to go. So we're going to go through here, and we're just going to drive around with you guys for a minute. With this Mustang, not like hitting on it or anything. I normally shift at about 3,000 RPMs. These gears are really, really short. It was actually really surprising to me because I was coming from a motorcycle and my sports bike had really long gears. each time that you shift, you just push your clutch all the way in, take your foot off the gas, and shift your gear, and then you can place your foot back on the gas after you let the clutch out. You don't have to worry about letting it out slow or anything like that. You just drop your clutch out, but be sure your foot is off the gas, or that's how you rabbit hop it. I've never rabbit hopped so aggressive in anything other than first that it died, but it might can, so I'm not sure on that. Now we're going to do a downshift into second, because you want to keep yourself in the right gear. Like, there's a time to be in every gear, and you'll learn it. It's all by ear. You just have to learn your car. So each time you're going to come to a stop, you have to push your clutch in, or the car will die if you don't. So your clutch is, oh sorry guys, essentially going to be one of your most important things. Always clutch, 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 clutch. Other people will say, oh no, it's not. Knowing how to shift and all of that is, but I mean, I got into this brand new a week ago, and I've never once grinded on a gear or anything like that. So shifting, it just comes, guys. Learn your clutch, because your clutch is going to be what you're doing. And always, if the car sounds like it needs to be upshifted, upshift it. Even if you're about to come to a stop and going to have to downshift it right back down. Like, I just upshifted into third and I'm at a stop sign, but the car wanted to be shifted, so you don't want to put any extra wear and tear. Oh, see, I killed it. You don't want to put any extra wear and tear on your car than what you have to. And yes, I know there's performance shifting. You can shift this thing at 5,000, 6,000 RPMs if you want to, but we're not racing right now. We're just driving on the streets. So you don't really want to be doing that every day for everyday driving life. I would say with this car, 2016 Mustang GT 5.0, fourth gear is your cruise gear. Like, I've at 40, 60, whatever, I'm cruising in fourth. See, you guys will hear that exhaust change when we're at a stop and I'm letting out the clutch. So you see we're sitting in fourth, we're going to go up to fifth. See, I almost missed a gear. I haven't been in fifth and sixth a whole lot. But 1, 2, 3, 4 is really easy. Once you clutch and you push up and then pull back and you push up again, it pretty much goes into third and then back into fourth. Fifth and sixth, you have to force it over to the side. But everything is really straightforward on driving these. It's all done by ear mostly, and then learning that clutch. So learn your clutch, get the friction zone is what it's called on a motorcycle. I don't know what it's called on a car. Learn that point and listen for that sound. Once it starts engaging, it'll go from being loud to quiet, and then it'll kind of get loud again, and that lets you know that you're in that zone and you need to start giving it a little bit of gas in first gear. But take it to a hill and practice on that hill, and I promise you guys, if you can get up that hill without rolling backwards and stalling, once, just keep doing it back and forth over and over in a big loop, and then you'll get it, because that's what I did. We went to a little parking lot that had a hill, and you know, my mom would say, okay, park in that one or park in that one. We did it going pretty much downhill, then uphill, downhill, uphill. So both of those are really important, because you don't want your car to roll into somebody when you're on a hill, because you learned how to drive on a straight road. Like, you don't want that. You don't want to tear your car up because you don't know how to stop it. So the way to stop the car on the hill is you'll clutch in and then brake. And you can, once you have to go, you want to let the clutch out till you hear it quiet down and do what it's supposed to be doing. Then you want to start giving it gas, and that will keep the car in position. So as you hear it engage, you want to let off the brake and give it some gas, and it'll do what it's supposed to do if it doesn't die. If you do everything correctly, let's put it that way. One of the main reasons I never wanted to do manual is I was like, all that upshifting and downshifting, it'll just be tedious and boring, but it's not. Like, I love when it comes up to a red light and I've got to downshift, and you know, then you take off the line quickly. I have a vehicle in front of me now, or I'd show you guys. But I've been practicing with trying to launch the car a little quicker. See, it kind of bunny hopped a little bit on me. See, when it did that, I don't know if you guys seen the jerk, is I clutched in, and before I clutched all the way out, I was hitting the gas too soon. So clutch in, you can do it quickly, but just be sure you clutch out, completely out, before you hit the gas again, or it'll start to hop. And it's not really something bad or nothing like that, but I think after you do it for, you know, 200 or 300 times, it could tear something up. So you don't want to tear anything up in your car. So just take good care of it. I've seen some videos where they're saying that resting your hand on the gear shifter is bad, but I mean, I don't know. My mom has driven a lot of them, and she says that it's okay to do that, but that's where your hand's supposed to be in case you have to downshift or something like that. You don't want to have to reach across. So I try to keep my hand very close or on it, but I'm trying not to keep my hand on it for the purpose of this video, so you guys can see the numbers. I don't know how well you can see it. I hope this video has helped out at least a little bit with the basics. Maybe you feel comfortable in going and jumping in one in your driveway or something like that and learning, because it happens really easy. I know this car has hill assist, reverse assist. A lot of people say first and reverse are the hardest gears to do, but in this car, reverse is probably the easiest one to do. You just pull that up all the way over to the front, it goes in reverse. I've never stalled in reverse. First gear, I've stalled in it a lot. That back there was my second time ever stalling on the road in first. But once I was when I was learning,